In the glittering skylines of Cape Town and Johannesburg, power seems obvious. Presidents, parliaments, and corporate headquarters perched in steel towers. But beneath the surface lies a quieter, more commanding empire. It is an empire of families whose names are whispered with reverence in boardrooms and political circles. Among them, one dynasty towers above the rest, the Rupert family. South Africa's richest man, Johann Rupert, is no ordinary tycoon. Forbes and Bloomberg estimate his fortune at between $13 and $16 billion, placing him second only to Aliko Dangote in Africa's billionaire rankings. Yet, unlike flamboyant moguls, Rupert wears his wealth like a Venetian mask, subtle, reserved, yet impossibly commanding. His father Anton built the foundation. Johann transformed it into a multinational triad of holding companies, Richemont, Remgro, and Reinet. Together, they form a network so powerful that although Rupert officially owns minority stakes, clever dual-share structures give him controlling votes across multiple empires. Johann Rupert doesn't just do business. He commands industries, shapes politics, and, in many ways, quietly defines South Africa's future. Welcome to Luxury Buzz, your channel for untold billionaire dynasties, secret power networks, and the lavish lives of the ultra-rich. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you never miss a glimpse into the hidden empires shaping our world. An empire of luxury and industry, Johann Rupert's corporate empire touches almost every corner of South African life. Through Richemont, he reigns over the world of high jewelry and luxury fashion. Cartier watches glitter on billionaire wrists. Montblanc pens sign government treaties. Chloé handbags grace Paris runways. Richemont alone makes Rupert a king of global luxury. Back home, Remgro is the family's beating heart. Its portfolio is staggering. First Rand Group, one of Africa's largest banks, owner of FNB, Westbank, and Rand Merchant Bank. Discovery and Momentum, household names in health insurance and financial services. Mediclinic International, private hospitals across South Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. RCL Foods and Distel, from poultry and sugar to premium wines and spirits. Vumatel and Seacom, providers of fiber, internet, and undersea telecom cables. ETV and ENCA, some of South Africa's most influential media channels. Then there's Reinet, the global holding company. At its peak, it managed the family's colossal stake in British American Tobacco, one of the most profitable investments in modern history. Even after spinning off that stake, Reinet still manages billions across Europe, Asia, and the US. Consider the scale. By 2024, Remgro's market capitalization stood at 83 billion rand, while Richemont's value soared to over 100 billion Swiss francs. Thanks to special voting rights, the Rupert family effectively controls half the boardroom decisions of these companies, despite technically owning only fractions of equity. As one analyst quipped, the Rupert family touches everything from cigars to smartphones, from hospitals to handbags. Silent influence in politics. Power of this magnitude does not stop at economics. Behind closed doors, Johann Rupert's voice resonates in the highest levels of politics. In May 2025, President Cyril Ramaphosa brought Rupert to the White House during a state visit with then U.S. President Donald Trump. It wasn't just diplomacy, it was symbolism. Ramaphosa wanted to show America that South Africa's most powerful businessman was on his side. When Trump repeated the baseless claim of white genocide in South Africa, it was Rupert, not Ramaphosa, who stepped forward to correct him. Calm and collected, he reminded Trump that violence in South Africa affects all communities, not just white farmers. For once, the world saw Johann Rupert in public, not as a secretive mogul, but as an unexpected statesman defending his country's image. At home, his political clout is even more potent. Ministers and party leaders, whether ANC, DA, or EFF, know that Rupert's approval, or his criticism, can sway investor confidence. He rarely speaks, but when he does, headlines explode. In 2017, Rupert denounced the Gupta family's state capture scandal and blasted Bell Pottinger's racially divisive PR campaign, calling their slogan, "Radical Economic Transformation," nothing more than a code word for theft. Privately, Rupert is said to worry about radical policies like land expropriation without compensation. He speaks quietly but firmly to leaders in government and business, warning that reckless rhetoric could collapse investor trust. Rupert doesn't campaign. He doesn't hold rallies, but his whispers echo louder than many politicians' speeches. Lavish assets and private life. Though he guards his privacy, Rupert's lifestyle reveals the scale of his fortune. Private jet, He flies a Bombardier Global 6000, a $60 million jet customized with Richemont interiors, capable of non-stop flights from Cape Town to Geneva or New York. Leopard Creek, a Gary player-designed golf and safari estate near Kruger National Park, where giraffes wander fairways and crocodiles sunbathe beside water hazards. Membership is by invitation only, with villas priced in the millions. Lourmarin Estate, a 17th century vineyard in Franschhoek producing award-winning wines. It also houses the Franschhoek Motor Museum, which showcases hundreds of rare vintage cars, from Ferraris to Bugattis. Classic car collection, so extensive that in 2008, his son famously crashed a Ferrari F50 worth millions, drawing global headlines. Beyond luxury, Rupert is a noted conservationist. He chairs the Peace Parks Foundation, preserving wildlife corridors across southern Africa. In many ways, his opulent lifestyle is balanced with equally extravagant commitments to conservation and heritage. Controversies and conspiracies. With great power comes great suspicion. The EFF routinely accuses him of secretly bankrolling their opponents. A sensational book, the Stellenbosch Mafia, even alleged Rupert funded the EFF itself. Claims denied by both sides. Jacob Zuma once accused him of threatening to crash the rand currency. Rupert dismissed it as nonsense. Right-wing conspiracy theorists, meanwhile, portray him as a globalist puppeteer. Left-wing populists paint him as the embodiment of white monopoly capital. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. Whether villain or savior, Rupert is too powerful to ignore. Legacy and succession. Now in his mid-70s, Johann Rupert is preparing to hand over the dynasty. His son, Anton Rupert Jr., is widely seen as the heir apparent. Anton already sits on the boards of Richemont and Remgro, co-manages Leopard Creek, and oversees the family's vineyards. Business Tech has reported he is set to inherit control of a 209 billion rand empire. Johann himself once said, "The boards know the plan. It's agreed, but I will never announce it publicly." Like the Rothschilds and Rockefellers before them, the Rupert family is structured to survive generations. When Johann retreats to his vineyards and golf courses, his son will step into the shadows, continuing the dynasty's influence for decades to come. The silent kingmakers. Johann Rupert is not a politician, yet presidents bring him to global summits. He is not a media mogul, yet his companies shape what South Africans watch on TV. He does not lead protests, yet his name sparks more fury than most elected officials. He embodies South Africa's paradox: immense wealth beside deep inequality, private influence beside public fragility. Whether admired as a steward of capitalism or condemned as a monopolist, his power is undeniable. As he retreats deeper into private life, the empire continues to expand. The Rupert family will likely dominate for generations, not with crowns or speeches, but with the quiet authority of boardrooms, balance sheets, and billion-dollar brands. A billionaire in the shadows, Johann Rupert may never wear the crown, but make no mistake, he is one of South Africa's true kingmakers. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden dynasty of Johann Rupert, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Luxury Buzz, and share it with others. More untold stories of secret power, unseen empires, and billionaire dynasties are on the way.